Welcome back, Officers of the Republic. Is your Coruscant Underworld Police Chief AP Gaines here, and this is actually AP Gaines of the past because this video is being created and unlisted in the case that I become sick and too sick to literally do anything for 24 hours. So unfortunately, if you're seeing this video, RIP AP Gaines. Let's drop an RIP AP Gaines in the chat. We're gonna talk about how you can fix your Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes rosters with solo characters. This was going to be just how to fix your Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes rosters with Darth Vader, but instead we're going to upgrade this per recommendation from some guys in the live stream to how you can upgrade your free-to-play Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes roster with some solo dolo characters. Now, before we hop into the list, we're trying to get 6969 subscribers by September 1st. If that's something you want to be a part of, hit that subscribe button. If not, no big deal. All right, so right off the bat, we have Darth Vader. The video was originally going to be about Darth Vader. Darth Vader, not only in the late game, is a fantastic GL counter. He does this, he does that. You guys know he is fantastic. Most importantly, in the early games, especially in GAC, he is the backbone of our entire plan. Our entire plan consists of Darth Vader will be able to solo a team no matter what, which allows us to place a stronger defense, create stronger offenses, and utilize our roster in better and better ways. Now, Darth Vader should be the first Zeta and Relic no matter what you're farming. No matter what farming guide you decide to follow, he needs to be the first Relic and the first Zeta on Merciless Massacre. I don't care what anyone tells you. It's the only possible way. I will entertain no other options, if I'm being honest with you, because none other... For GAC purposes, I mean, if you completely throw GAC out the window, it's fine. But for GAC purposes, no other option makes anywhere near as much sense as Darth Vader Relic and Zeta First. The reason is guaranteed 64 or 56 and 33. Guaranteed perfect banners is something you cannot forego. And it's not just the perfect banners, it's the fact that he can beat anything at Relic. It gives you an extra Treya counter if you don't have your... or not Treya counter, it gives you an extra Geo counter. If you don't have your Treya yet, you guys should be getting into guilds that's doing at least every raid, every Sith raid. It's not hard. Hop in my Discord, first link in the description. Go to the guild recruitment tab, find a guild, make some friends. Just get into a guild. It's super easy to get into a guild. Every guild does every raid. If your guild doesn't, there's no excuse. So get in there, get some Treya shards. What's the most important Zeta? I haven't talked about this in a while. What is the most important Zeta? Go. It's the Zeta that you have when you unlock Treya at 5 stars. So grab that Zeta on her leadership so you can take out some Geos. There will be a Geo counter video coming out later. A lot of people have been requesting that. So not only can he counter any team, he can solo any team. It allows you to utilize your other teams more effectively. So if I hop in a 5v5, this is my girlfriend's account. An entire 5v5 team dedicated to Vader right here, no one else. That allows her more options. So the teams that she currently has is she has a Vader, of course, used for offense. She has a Padme team, a Bastila Shan Jedi team, a Darth Revan team, a CLS team, a Bosk, Zeta, Bounty Hunter team, and a Geonosian team. What this allows her to do is use Padme on defense, Padme with Relic Anakin, who of course will be the second Relic, of course, if you guys are following the guide. A good defensive team, but a lot of times other people have one good offensive team. So usually what happens is they beat the Padme team, and that's it. They only beat the Padme team. They don't beat anything else. Then on the bottom wall, you're going to place your Bastila Shan team, ideally with 5 Jedi. It's been a 3v3 round, so it hasn't been using 5 Jedi, but now we're going to have to go into 5 Jedi for those purposes. Bastila Shan early game is super hard to beat. I'm sure you've seen a lot of or had a lot of experience with this team being difficult to beat if you don't use a appropriate counter. Then I'm probably going to have her place. I'm not sure if I should tell her to place Darth Revan, because it's going to be hard for her opponents to beat these two teams. Maybe if their opponent has an especially good roster, we'll go Darth Revan on defense. If not, we'll go Bounty Hunters on defense, and we'll go CLS, Darth Revan, and Vader for offense. We're going to one-shot no matter what, which gives us guaranteed win, because her opponents are not going to be able to one-shot all of her teams. And if they are, we obviously have max banners because of Darth Vader. Next up, we have Enfys Nest. The reason that I can't say emphasis anymore is because of this freaking character's name, Enfys Nest. I literally, every time I try to say emphasis, I say Enfys Nest. It's terrible. This is a different situation. A lot of people ask me, should I rush Enfys Nest once I get that fleet node unlocked? It gives me some good solo viability. I actually have a different opinion on this character, and I threw her into the list to make a point. You have to expend quite a bit of fleet resources, quite a bit of farming, quite a bit of gear, to get her up to a relic level. She is super helpful to stick into other scoundrel teams. She is good in a lot of different situations, especially mid to late game. If you could just have her magically, boom, appear a relic on your roster early game, yeah, she would be great because you'd have 2 solo characters. The problem with that is it takes quite a while, and it kind of diverts attention and resources away from more important things. So for those people who are like, AP gains, I need just like a quick video on Enfys Nest. I don't know if I should go Enfys Nest early. Should I wait till later? I think you should probably hold off on Enfys Nest because I just don't think the resource allocation is quite worth it, to be honest with you. Now we have an honorable mentions list. Of course, you guys know the first relic you should grab is Vader. The second, of course, being Jedi Knight Anakin. Oftentimes, you'll find yourself a situation where your relic Jedi Knight Anakin can solo a team on the back wall. If you happen to save your Padme for offense, that is, of course. Of course, your allocation of your core teams, your CLS, your Bounty Hunters, your Geos, your Padmes, your Darth Revans, your Jedi Knight Revans, all those stuff is going to be up to you. But if you come across a situation where you have Padme left and there's a super weak team, oftentimes you'll be surprised he can dish out the solo dolo max banners or get 1 less banner because he loses a little bit of protection. It's going to be up to you, of course, if you guys are less experienced with GAC and you don't know particularly if your Jedi Knight Anakin can be that team. I would take in at least the Padme lead to be careful, get some courage. But if you guys are starting to progress more towards that mid-game area, or you just are experienced players, this is a decision you guys can make for yourselves. Chewbacca and Han Solo. Once you get them up to a little bit higher gear, and especially once they're relicked, even now in my main account GACs, I oftentimes find myself in situations where I'm soloing with both of that's 2 solos, not Han Solo and Chewbacca. I'm talking Han Solo solo, Chewbacca solo. So oftentimes I hit the back wall. We've blown through the front wall. We're doing like a General Grievous solo. We're doing like a Darth Vader solo. We're doing a Chewbacca solo and a Han Solo solo. And we have, some other solo, like a Malik solo. Having weak teams on defense not only saves for offense, like people like, oh, I'll play super weak teams on defense. I can save everything for offense, which is kind of like the AP gains. Let's save everything for offense so we can have a fun live stream strategy. But that opens you up if you go too weak or you play specific teams. That opens you up to get soloed. And it's kind of hard to beat an opponent who's soloing 5 of your teams. A lot of my opponents have found out that that happens to be the case. Since the CLS team, I'm starting to put more and more focus in for new free play. It used to be Padme was queen and then CLS was right after. And now I'd say they're about tied. And even with if 3-Baka or 3PO and Chewie, I always change the name. Once that's accelerated rate, I think I might have to put CLS just because CLS is the best non-galactic legend defensive team with the full C-3PO and 3PO and Chewie team. Right now they're tied. It was Padme. Now they're tied. At that point, I think CLS might be up there. At the making of this video, I still think they're tied, but with the CLS team being so important, I mean, on my main account, Chewbacca was my first relic. I'll tell you how much I love the CLS team. Undersized, solo, dolo, it doesn't matter. These teams great. Get some gear on them, get some Zetas on them, get some relics on them if you can. Fantastic team. That's pretty much all I have for today. Originally, this was going to be just a Darth Vader video, but we threw in a couple of other do's, don'ts, and pro tips for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. As always, I love you. It's the summer of the 69th, baby, and I'll see you later.